Hey, greetings YouTube, Performance Reviews here, and we're going to talk about an issue that's very close to home to me, which is using generic bags in your vacuum. Some vacuums you can get away with it. Miele is not one of those companies. And I think that their bags, the genuine bags that come in this box, packaged, they're very reasonably priced. You can get them on Amazon or your local dealer. 4 bags, 2 filters. Reasonably priced. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't use the proper bags. Because after 3 to 6 months of not using the proper bags, and I'm going to say, if you're using headphones, this is a headphone warning. Was that a jet engine or a Miele? That's not good. Let's investigate, shall we? Up. And here is the culprit. That doesn't look like a genuine Miele bag at all. And I want to just take a minute to show you the difference between genuine and not genuine. Open this box here. And I'll put a link below to both the FJM and the GN type of genuine bags for your vacuum. So, I'm just going to grab one of these, set that aside. So we can notice that the genuine bag looks smaller, though it fluffs up a different way. There's multi-seams on this, but we can see the thickness difference between genuine and not genuine. That is really a big difference. And this allows a lot more airflow through it, and it filters better. You can also see the plastic cap will say Miele, with the big words Miele, and of course original Miele. So that's what to look for on genuine bags, and you can buy these just about every country in the world from what I understand. Now this generic bag has no markings on it and a cardboard collar. Now some of these generic bags have a red collar, but either way, don't use your generic if you want to save your Miele and save this warranty. Now going into the filter of this machine, it's the same sort of story. We can tell they're just made out of different materials. Yucko. Even the pre-motor filter. Oh, that is a genuine pre-motor filter, but that didn't save it. Now, going on to the rest of this canister, let's talk about what's in here and really what happened here in terms of what's in the motor. So, the first, we can see that there is some very coarse stuff that made it right through the bag into the motor. And that's ultimately what toasts this motor. Is the stuff gets in there, it builds up on the fan and throws the motor off balance, and that's what happens. So I don't know if you guys can see. Let's grab a flashlight and illuminate. But you can see there's a little bit of dust in there. There should never be any dust in your Miele. Again, there should never be any dust really right here. I have Mieles that come in that are 20 plus years old that have no dust in them. So I know that that is part of the problem. So we're going to get to breaking this down and really getting in here and seeing what that does to the machine. So pull the cover off here. Alright, I'm about to go further into the Miele and we're going to investigate what those generic bags did. I do want to give a quick disclaimer. Don't try this at home. Bring it to your local authorized professional. If you do this at home, understand you're voiding your warranty and you're forfeiting really anything to do with your warranty. And if you can't get it back together, your service person's definitely going to charge you a lot more to put it back together after you've been in there. Just that disclaimer out of the way. Whoops. Let's get to go and take this thing apart. And now, that in there and stuff. All right, as we dive deep into here, we need to pull some things apart. pull all that apart. Again, I highly recommend authorized professionals. Do not try this at home. Set that aside and get to that one little screw in there. Now these machines are made out of super strong plastic, and despite some of the Miele literature, this is a sealed system. It's sealed very well. In order to really break it apart, the service procedure requests this. So again, headphone warning. And we can see that it just naturally separated it when I hit it with the mallet. That's not too bad. So now we have the Miele motor all set aside, ready right there. And you can see the damage that that's caused in there. And I want to be very clear. There's two real proper service techniques. The first is to hand scrub it in a sink with an enzyme-based bath. The second is to use an enzyme-based bath in a dishwasher, which I'll tell you works a whole lot better.
Okay,
so
after 24 minutes, the dishwasher cycle has stopped, and we're ready to put the parts somewhere to dry. I'm just going to show kind of how this works. It smells much better. And the tape will just peel off that I put on the back, but the label will still be intact, which is what you want. So I'm just going to put that in there. My dog is very confused about what's coming out of here. He's hoping for some food bits on there. So that has deodorized that. So I've washed this in the dishwasher, and we're going to put this back together. And I also took the liberty of washing these. I like to replace these, but I for some reason didn't have a set on hand, so we're just going to put those back in. They can be washed, you just have to be really careful. The other thing that needs to be done now before we do anything else is just a little bit of pledge on the gaskets. This helps seal them, helps preserve them properly. Now I rebuilt this motor. I might have to replace it. I've got another one here handy if I need it. But if you're wondering why it looks the way it does. So we're going to do that here as well. I like to put the cord rewinder in next. And luckily, all the screws are the same, so I'm not really worried about that.
Alright, we're going to start putting this back together with the rest of the stuff. It's going to get a new Miele motor. And here's how thoughtful Miele is. They put the handles where you pull the motor out of the box. And the motor boxes and parts boxes, they keep getting more and more eco-friendly. So that's kind of cool if you're into that. Miele is definitely probably one of the most environmentally friendly vacuum companies out there. So, new motor. And we're going to reuse these old rubber things, which is why we washed them. I like to just write the date on the part when I change them in a machine, just in case, you know, a future technician sees this or something like that. one more thing before I snap this all together, you want to put this guy in. Just alright. That moved out of place. We'll put that back in its place. So that should just be like that. You'll see that there's a little bit of a gap here right now. And you can settle it with the screws. I find things go a little bit smoother if you just give it a couple little taps just to resettle everything. And when Miele says a sealed system, that is what they mean. Let's get the screws back in. Alright, I guess I should have said headphone warning. Come back for that. This one magnetized. Excellent. So all that's back together. You got all your screws in here. Now we want to put the board in. Like so. And I like to make sure that these machines dry overnight, so when you're putting screws in, you're not going to rust anything. And if you're unsure, you can always test the torquing by hand. Everything looks to be torqued and stuff just fine. So, that back together. Now this guy, and your T20, they're good friends. When you put him back, you have to push him down. Once he's down and you hear the click, then you can remove this. Everything's in its place. Now we just want to test everything, make sure it's all right. That sounds a lot healthier than it did. In terms of filters and stuff, well, sorry to interrupt that. I had to take a phone call. But we're going to put this thing back together and take a pair of scissors. And there's two filters. And if you're running a HEPA filter, you're just going to throw this one away that says air clean. This one, you're going to cut on the line. I know it does not say really this model number on here. It has the German or the older model numbers, the S4000. This is what this is based off of. You can take that and throw that away. No need to use that. The fun thing is Miele use a lot of recycled materials in their filters and bags, so it's kind of a cool thing. Now we're going to want to put our genuine bag in here. That's super important, like so. Gonna put the cover back on. And the cover just really simple, just snaps on. Give it a little wiggle. That's it with that. In this case, we got the filter grill. It doesn't matter if the Miele logo is up or down, that I've noticed over the years. That just closes like that. Make sure that's in there. And anytime you open this, you always want to just push the bag in. Sometimes the bag can just dislodge itself, and then when you close it, the bag can break. So you just always want to just resettle the bag anytime you open it. And oh, one more thing I forgot. We'll put this on here. I forgot to put the bag check indicator in there. I took this off when I washed this. I just blew this part off with compressed air. I saw no reason to go. I'm gonna pull it back off. I see no reason to actually wash that because the spring in there can rust, and it takes a long time. It takes longer than the other components to dry, from my experience with these. So just snap that, and that just snaps in place. Really, this generation of Miele, when they designed this and the S5 series, they really were putting a lot of thought and engineering care into the design. They still do today, but it just was especially apparent. So test fire it. Excellent. Now, if you're wondering how to get the paint marks off, you need to go on over to Patreon, where I talk about how to remove these paint marks like you see me doing right now with little to no effort. Really, there's some magic tricks to doing that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. If it helped you, please consider going on over to our Patreon. Like, share, that helps us out immensely a lot. And I'll put a link to the right bags in the description below. Have a wonderful day.